Hey guys, let's talk about the different types of tables that we have in Snowflake. Now, the first one is your permanent tables. This is your default table type. You do not have to explicitly use any keyword while creating your tables. If you do not do that, it becomes your permanent table, right? We've already created tables, and all of those tables that we've created are permanent tables. So there's nothing specific about it. You do not have to use anything. Next up is your temporary tables. Now, temporary tables, as the name suggests, is used to persist temporary data. Now, let's say you're doing some ad hoc analysis, okay? And you know you will not need the results of this analysis for later. So what do? You create a temporary table out of your SQL, or you ingest the results of your SQL inside a temporary table. Now, if you do not want others to see what you're doing for some reason, let's say, that's also one of the reasons why you create a temporary table, because your temporary tables do not exist outside of the session. The second you log out and try to log back in, you'll notice your temporary tables have disappeared. They're gone. So that's pretty much how temp tables work. Finally, you have your transient tables. Now, transient tables are almost exactly the same as permanent tables. They are not similar to temporary tables because the data in your transient tables exist outside of your session. They go beyond your session as well. So if you want to delete or drop transient tables, you will have to do it explicitly. You will have to literally drop the table by using SQL. Now you might wonder, what's the difference between permanent and transient tables? Now, in order to understand the difference, you will have to understand the two most crucial features of Snowflake, which is time travel and failsafe. Now we have a completely or entirely different section that talks about your data protection, security, and governance, where we'll be covering these two features in detail. But for now, if you just want to understand the definitions, failsafe is a 7-day period during which historical data may be recoverable by Snowflake. Now let's hold on to that thought. Time travel is the feature using which you can go back in time and recover the data that existed for that during that time period. Let's say you're working on a extremely important table that has transactions. Okay, now you accidentally drop this table. So what do? You got to travel back in time and recover it, right? So let's say you want the exact same table as it existed yesterday. So you can time travel by 1 day and recover the data. This is the time travel feature. With our enterprise edition of Snowflake that we signed up for, you can travel back by 90 days at the most and recover the data. So if you want the snapshot of the database or the table that existed 89 days ago or 90 days ago, you can still do that if you signed up for the enterprise edition. Now let's go back to failsafe. Now failsafe is the duration or the amount of number of days during which you can perform the time travel action. Mostly it's a 7-day period. So let's say you drop the table or the database today. Now for the next 7 days, you can perform your time travel action. So I hope the definitions are clear now. Now let's hop back to the previous slide. So now the difference between permanent and transient tables is that transient tables, if you do not drop them, let's say for 3 days, the data will be there. You will still see the table for 3 days. But let's say on the 4th day, you drop your transient table. Now there's absolutely no way you can recover this data. So time travel and failsafe features do not apply to transient tables. So I hope theoretically the definitions are clear. Next up, we'll be playing around with some SQL. We'll be created all of these types of tables, and we'll also be converting a table to another type. So I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching.